This is Billings is a local show featuring the people, places, and things that make the Magic City our home. Brought to you by Town Square Media Billings. Special guest here today talking to Larry Edwards. Larry, how are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm doing great. Nice to meet you, too.
We've kind of been back and forth, kind of playing tag on Facebook. I reached out to you. Gosh, it's been a few months ago. I somehow came across a picture that you took of the Billings rims, and we'll get to what that picture was in just a second. And you've kind of been on a mission to find things that are kind of hidden in plain sight right around Billings, which we kind of take for granted. We live here, we drive to work, we go back home, we watch TV, and a lot of times we kind of forget about some of the cool stuff that's around Billings. So,
yes.
You've been tell me, I guess, how you came to Montana and where you're at in life right now.
Well, we moved here about 3 years ago from Palm Springs, California.
Don't say the California word.
Oh, that's right.
You can't.
That's right.
Everybody's good. Oh, Californians, but
I'm Montana now.
So. You're in Montana now. That's right, and been here for 3 years. How did you pick? What led you to Billings? I mean, out of all the places on the map that you could retire to, why did you choose the Magic City?
Well, my partner has family here, and we've been here on vacation. I love the scenery here and the outdoor and change of seasons because I didn't have that before.
Sure.
And so, yeah.
How do you like winters? Do you enjoy them so far? Or?
Well, the past two have been not too bad.
Yeah, been pretty mild. We've been lucky. Yeah, it's actually years ago. Billings was kind of considered like the banana belt of the state, and in the recent years, our winters I think have gotten a little more cold and a little more snowy. But when I first moved here in the late '90s. I mean, to get down to 4, I'm like, this is great. I come coming from the Bozeman-Belgrade area where winter is winter. Billings was great, but and so you retired. You were a CPA.
Yes.
So dealing with taxes and tax code and people's money.
Yeah, and I did a lot with corporate accounting.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
International accounting and
yeah.
So I'm semi-retired. I'm just doing bookkeeping for our cousin right now.
Oh yeah, nice.
Part-time.
and since you retired from the numbers game, you seem to really pick up a passion for photography. Is that right?
Yes, I've loved photography my entire life. I took a couple of classes in college and then sort of got away from it. And now that I have time, I picked it back up. Got a new camera and
nice. What camera brand do you prefer? I know that you have your Canon people and your Nikon people, and some people like the Fujifilm, the new digital.
Well, it's been quite a while since I've had a real camera. I just had my phone, and so I just end of the year I bought it's a Panasonic Lumix.
Oh, nice! Yeah,
there's a lot of good features, and researched, and it's good for what I need right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about the picture that prompted me to reach out to you, because I've lived in Billings for a total of probably almost 20 years, and you shared a picture of something on the rims, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. There's actually a stairwell carved into the rocks on the rims, and supposedly there's more than one. Is that right?
Right, yeah.
How many have you found? I
have found 3. I've been researching, and I think there are 5 that are known.
Yeah.
And I found 3 of them, and so I'm on the search for the other 2 that I've heard about. Gotcha.
The one that you did find, you kind of gave me some clues, and I didn't find it at first, and actually I mentioned this to a friend of mine, and I said, have you ever heard there's stairs in the rims? And he's like, yeah. And I was kind of surprised that he knew about it, and he said he knew about it because he did firefighter training, and I guess a lot of the firemen use that spot to rappel, and then they can just walk back up the stairs. So he knew where it was, and so we drove up to the airport. He's like, yeah, we'll cruise up to the airport. I'll point it out to you. And we were driving up there. He's like, it's right there. And I just pretended to see it. I'm like, oh yeah, I see it. And I didn't actually see it until recently. I was up. I visited that little museum up at the top of 27th Street. Have you ever been there? With the train out front.
Oh, yeah, Yellowstone.
It's pretty cool, actually.
I haven't been there yet.
You should put that on your list of things around hidden gems around Billings, because I'd never stopped there either in 20 years, and I'm really glad I did. But I was up there, this is like 2 weeks ago, and I was driving back down the rims, and I was looking. I'm like, I know those stairwells got to be up there. And boom, I just saw it. I see it. I'm like, it's hidden in plain sight.
Well, it's easier to see when you're coming down.
It is, yeah. But basically, it's almost directly north of the baseball field. MSU being a little bit northwest of the baseball field. So, and people can walk down to it, right? It's not gated or anything.
No, go to Swartz Park and head west.
Right.
To a cottonwood tree and then go toward the rim.
It's right by there, yeah. When you've been poking around the rims, have you ever come across any rattlesnakes?
I have not yet.
Yeah.
Recently, it's been mainly during the colder times.
Sure. Yeah.
I've been up there a lot lately, but not down too far.
Where the snakes hide out.
Yeah.
You shared another picture of something that I'd never seen before on the rims. It looks like a statue from Rocky Mountain College.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little history on that, or what you found out about it?
Well, I had heard about it, and so I had been on a mission to try and find it, did some research, and got some clues as to where it was. And I drove down Rimrock and sort of saw it, then went back up to the rims and had a spot, and there it was. It was put there by the class of 1956 of Rocky Mountain College.
Yeah.
Sort of an angel or a guardian over the college.
Sure.
And that's where one of the set of steps is, but you can hardly tell it anymore because they're very eroded.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just weathered and.
Yeah, but I mean, it's right there, and it's looking out over the college, and it's like it took me quite a while to find it. But it was right there.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. What are some other things that you've kind of found hidden in plain sight around Billings on some of your journeys around the Magic City?
Well, when I moved here, I started taking these walking tours with the Western Heritage Center.
Sure.
To kind of learn the area, and they would do a lot of things that you wouldn't know or hear.
Yeah.
It was like down on 2nd Avenue in front of the Babcock Theater.
Yep.
If you look, there's grids of purple glass.
Sure. Yep.
And those were put there to put light down to the underneath the
tunnels under the streets. Yeah.
And
have you been able to find access? I do know quite a bit about the tunnels, and I've sort of been in one portion of it a few years ago.
Yeah.
Have you found anybody that has granted you some access or gotten you into any of the alleged tunnels that once ran through at least most of downtown Billings? Or
no, I'm working on that.
Yeah.
I keep putting hints out,
right.
Trying to see someone take a bite. But yeah, I would love to go down and see them, and I just found those glass tiles interesting because you see them if you're walking by, but you have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
And
a lot of history in Billings that people kind of forget about too. Have you been to Sacrifice Cliffs yet? Another popular spot that we see, as you're whizzing by the interstate on your way to Lockwood, and everybody talks about Sacrifice Cliffs, and some of our radio towers are up located sort of in that area. Have you been able to explore up there very much yet? Or?
Yeah, it's on my list.
It's on your short list. Nice.
My photography list.
Yeah,
I've been staying over here in a lot of downtown lately.
Yeah,
but there's so many things to discover.
There really is.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's totally fair that Billings always is kind of like the bastard stepchild of Montana. Missoula gets all the attention, and Bozeman's so beautiful, and it's so nice over there. But Billings really does have a lot to offer, I think, that gets kind of overlooked. I mean, we have a great trail system. We are getting great food and restaurants. We have microbrews and get some decent entertainment. And I think it's not really fair for Billings to always be like third or fourth on the list of cool places in Montana.
And I think I've discovered just if people were walking around just like downtown, put their phones down and just start looking around and see what's down there. I mean, a lot of things you wouldn't know are there, but they are there if you look.
Sure, yeah. Some cool architecture too downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Some of our buildings, like the old Montana Power Building and things like that. I know. Since I work downtown, obviously, I spend probably more time downtown than a lot of people do, and some people never come to downtown Billings.
Right.
You work on the West End, you're like, there's no parking, I hate downtown, which isn't really very fair to downtown Billings, I don't think.
No, because there's a lot of history here, and if you know about it, some really cool things to find downtown. And I'm loving it. I'm reaching out to more people and getting more hints about where things might be.
Sure.
Going out and trying to find it myself.
Yeah, that's fun. You've been kicking around the idea of a book. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that, or are you in the planning stages yet? Or
well, it's just I've gotten a lot of comments, and people ask, are you going to do a book about all these things? Because people want to know where they are. And at first, it never really crossed my mind. I was like,
sure.
Yes, the idea is there. I've never done anything like that, but I'm sure I could figure something out.
I'm sure you could, yeah. Even if it was just kind of a personal project where you ended up, making a half dozen copies or whatever, it'd still be pretty fun, I think.
Yeah, because I've got so many photos and I'm trying to sort through them and get to the things. What started this is I found the stairs and I posted some pictures and found out even family here who have been here their entire lives had no idea that the stairs were up there.
A lot of people have no idea. Yeah.
And I started getting a lot of those comments. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, so there they are. And they were carved there by the Chamber of Commerce, I think in 1910,
Wow.
as a way for people down here to get up to the rim.
Right.
Because the
There was
road
no
wasn't-
Zimmerman Trail. There was no North 27th up the
Yeah.
rims, and there was no other way except climbing up there. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. What you've been doing some stuff with Downtown Billings Alliance. What's your involvement there?
Well, they started reaching out because of my photos I was taking downtown, and
Sure.
and they're really cool, and they have a lot of resources available, and got started talking with them about the Strawberry Festival. I'm going to
Nice.
go Saturday and take some photos, and then I taken a lot of photos of Sky Point, which I
Sure.
just think is really cool.
It's pretty cool. People laugh and make fun of it, and I
It's
think it's a
cool.
pretty cool deal too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I've been taking a lot of pictures, and I posted those, and they reached out. And actually, next year, 2022, will be their 20-year anniversary.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And so I'm going to be on the committee for that anniversary.
Yeah, well, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Nice, good for you. And you're also kind of becoming involved in keeping yourself busy in retirement with working with the Alberta Bear Theater, right?
Yeah, they reached out about me getting involved, and I've been trying to find my niche since I moved here, and
Sure.
I love the theater, and the recent renovation is just stunning what they've done.
They did a great job. Yeah.
They did, and we're having the grand reopening September 18th, so we're planning for that now. So I have meetings twice a week with
Nice.
for that. It's real. I'm really enjoying it, meeting some great people.
That's
and,
cool. Yeah. Nice. What would you say to somebody that's never been to Billings before? How would you describe our city?
Our city, it's full of history, and it's a place where you need to get out there and explore and find these things, and make your own little niche in the city.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's plenty to do here if you are willing to get out there and find it.
There really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the TrailNet system has been working on increasing our trails, and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
miles and miles of it that I've never even walked on or even know where the trailhead is, and so there's a lot of outdoor opportunities and
Oh, yeah.
as well as history around Billings.
Yeah, I've been chatting with Kristen Drake from
Yep.
from there, and she was going to do a hike with me through Zimmerman Park to show me. She says there's these cars in the trees
Right.
from
Yeah.
years ago, and she was going to take me and show them to me. And we haven't done that yet, but been starting to take some photos along the trail to give them so people can see what they can see along the trail, like the
Yeah.
Swords Park Trail.
It's great up there. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Even if you don't have, time to hike or go for a big walk, sometimes it's nice even on your lunch break just to grab something to go up on the rims, walk 50 feet, and you feel like you're kind of in a different place.
Well, it's amazing out there. I mean, the views are incredible, and it's here. I mean, people just need to go up there and explore.
Yeah.
And even you just go up there and sit for a little while.
It's nice, isn't it? Kind of
Yeah.
clear your head a little bit. And I notice, in the summer months, this time of year, you kind of forget how green Billings is. Like looking
yeah.
out in the wintertime, you can see all the houses because all the leaves are gone. But if you look out across the valley in the summer, you can almost not see any houses. I mean, it's just a sea. You can see the big buildings downtown here poking through, but otherwise, it's just a sea of green across the valley, which is kind of an interesting perspective.
Well, you have to go up there 4 times during the year, because the fall is, as long as we have a good fall,
Sure.
the color is beautiful too from up there. So.
Yeah, it's cool. Have you looking forward to any music festivals or anything this year? I know it's nice to have Magic City Blues back, one of the biggest parties in downtown Billings, drawing some great world-class entertainment, and nice to have some outdoor shows going on again this year. Any favorites that you're looking forward to? Or
I'm looking forward to the Blues Festival because I didn't make it the first year we were here, and of course last year it wasn't there.
Sure, yeah.
So this year I'm going to get down there and see it.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I know your photography, a lot of it is kind of landscape type stuff, but are you into people photography at all, or street photography of some of the interesting characters maybe you can find around Billings? And
I'm getting into that slowly. Right now I've been focusing on things in Billings, like I started taking photos of all the murals around town.
isn't that cool? Yeah.
And I had no idea there were so many.
There's a gal working on a new one now, right off of 29th.
Yeah, I went there yesterday.
Did you go
Took a
yesterday?
picture.
Nice, yeah.
It's really cool how
That is
she's
cool.
doing that.
Yeah. And then we've chatted before with Alyssa Leiniger.
Yeah.
She's the one that did the underpass and some other ones downtown here.
I've been chatting with her. I went and took photos of that, and she loved them. And
Yeah.
she's getting ready to start another one at the 13th Street underpass.
Yep.
And so I'm going to work with her and take photos of the progress.
Yeah.
So,
That'll be great. The 13th one, that's the one where campers always get stuck every year because it's low clearance.
Is it that one or the other one?
I think it's the other one. I think you're right. Yeah.
The 13th one kind of looks like the 6th Street one because it has the arches.
That's right. Yeah, that'll be cool. So, well, full summer, Larry. I don't know any other insight you'd like to offer to people that are interested in exploring Billings, or just get out there and open your eyes a little bit and put down your phone, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, downtown is amazing. If you are out in the West End or wherever, just come downtown. You can find a place to park somewhere, and
You can. I know.
It's
People
not
are so scared of walking
I know.
2 blocks or parking in a parking garage. And if you've ever lived in a city, you're like, yeah, we'll walk 6 blocks.
Yeah.
Or you're used to parking in a parking garage, and around here, a lot of people just don't do it, I guess.
But yeah, come down here and explore. Put your phone down and look
Yeah.
around at what you're walking past, because there's so much to discover down here, and I'm trying to capture it all.
Yeah. Well, keep finding those hidden secrets right around town, the ones that are hidden right before our eyes, and keep sharing them. And people can like you on Facebook. What's your Facebook page?
Larry Pinky Edwards, or Photography by Larry Edwards.
Yeah, cool. Do you have an official website yet, or?
Not yet.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Starting all that.
Our company does websites, so we'll see if we can hook you up with one. But yeah, that's cool. And do you sell any prints or anything, or are you still not at this point?
I've had a lot of inquiries,
Yeah.
and looking into that, and I've given a lot away to friends
Sure.
who like certain photos.
Yeah.
But I'm getting more requests for buying prints, and
Sure.
so I'm doing my research to see
Yeah.
how I can do that.
Right. I mean, you might not get rich on it, but pay for your gas at
Yeah.
least while you're driving around. So.
I've got lots hanging around my house.
Yeah, right. Nice. Well, Larry, I'm glad you stopped by. Great to meet you, and keep sharing those photos. I appreciate it.
Will do.